If you've ever tried learning Spanish, you've probably asked yourself, is there a fast way to become fluent? The truth is, there is no magic trick. The only way to truly learn Spanish, or any language, is through consistent practice, and that's exactly what we focus on in our lessons. Today, we're breaking down the best way to learn Spanish effectively and why practice is the key to success. Before we start, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any lessons. Learning a new language isn't something that happens overnight. It's a process that requires time, dedication, and, most importantly, consistent practice. Some people think they can learn Spanish in 30 days, or that there's a magic trick to fluency. But here's the reality. Studies show that it takes around 480 hours of practice to reach basic fluency in Spanish for an English speaker, according to the Foreign Service Institute of the U.S. government. So, if you practice 1 hour per day, it could take you 1.5 years to become conversational. If you practice 2 hours per day, you might reach fluency in under a year. Consistency is key. Why most people struggle to learn Spanish. Many people start learning Spanish but give up after a few weeks. Why? Because they expect to become fluent overnight. But let's be real. Learning a language isn't about memorizing a few words and phrases. It's about practicing them over and over until they become natural to you. So what are these common struggles? Trying to memorize too much at once. You don't need 1,000 words on day one. Skipping practice. Learning without exercises is like watching a cooking show, but never actually cooking. Not using Spanish in real life. Speaking and listening are key. A lot of online courses promise fast results, but what's the catch? They focus too much on memorization instead of real-life practice. Here's an example. Have you ever studied a bunch of Spanish words on a flashcard app, but struggled to use them in a real conversation? That's because memorization alone doesn't build fluency. A study from the University of Edinburgh found that students who focused on repetition and practical exercises, instead of just memorizing, were twice as likely to recall vocabulary correctly in conversations. This is why our lessons combine two essential steps. Step 1. Learning vocabulary. We introduce words in context so you understand how and when to use them. Step 2. Practical exercises. Instead of just memorizing, we make you use the words in sentences and real situations. Think about when you learned your first language as a child. You didn't study flashcards. You heard words, repeated them, and used them daily. Our method works exactly the same way. If you want to speak Spanish fluently, you need to train your brain to understand spoken Spanish. That's why our lessons always include native Spanish audio to help you develop listening skills naturally. Think about how babies learn a language. They listen first, then they start repeating words before they know grammar rules. The best way to remember new words is repetition. The famous forgetting curve, developed by German psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus, shows that people forget 50% of what they learn within an hour unless they review it consistently. If you learn a Spanish word today and don't review it, you'll likely forget it in a few days. But if you practice it multiple times in different situations, you'll remember it for life. Here's how to get the best results from our lessons and really build your Spanish step by step. Watch each video and repeat words aloud. Speaking activates your memory and boosts your fluency. Check our grammar lessons after each section. They're designed to help you reinforce and connect what you've learned. Be patient and consistent. Learning takes time, and progress happens with regular practice. Our course is fully structured. It's not random vocabulary. It's a step-by-step system that has proven to work, especially when combined with regular review and practical use. Stick with it, and you'll be amazed at how much you can understand and say in just a few weeks. See you in the next lesson. Hasta luego.